Education has always been important. Important to everyone. Important to everything that we do. I just recently interviewed my grandpa, who's in his late 70s, and he didn't like school growing up. He never liked going to school, but to this day he admits that it was important and it made an impact on his life. When I started asking him questions, he mentioned a lot of dates and a lot of little stories that he could remember perfectly. He could remember every little detail on when what happened and when they happened. So that right there tells me that education is very important to everyone and makes an impact on everyone, even the ones who don't like education, don't like school, don't like going there and learning. And from what I got out of the interview with my grandpa was that as far as when he went to school back in the day to education now, is that it's important, that school's important. And another thing is something that's changed since then is the discipline and the assurance that each student is getting a good education. My grandpa had mentioned to me that a few of the schools he's been around lately, picking up grandkids and great-grandkids, he mentioned that there's been a lot of that he noticed that lately teachers don't want to deal with misbehaved children, and they just dismiss them from the class, allowing them to sit out in the hallway and misbehave more. And he said back when he was in school, the teachers were more strict. They were disciplinarians, and they dealt with the kid. Now obviously there's rules that go on now that didn't happen back then, as far as you can no longer spank a child or discipline them that way, but you can definitely be more stern to a child that's misbehaving. But throughout the whole interview, the main points that I got was that school has stayed the same in the fact that it's very important for everyone to get an education, because education is part of survival. You have to be educated. You have to be educated to survive in every aspect. Work, make money, get food, eat, sleep, have a roof over your head. Everything involves education and being educated on something, having knowledge to be able to get something or do something. And so that's one main point that I got out of it, my grandpa answering the questions about old times and now. And another thing is, one thing that's changed would be the discipline and I guess you could say the structure of discipline that teachers and administrators hold today. They've changed because they're not as strict, and it's a little bit looser, more loose, and students have a longer leash and more freedom. So that sums up my interview with my grandpa, who went to school, started school in 1946, and I know he, in the late 80s, or not late 80s, late 50s, or maybe early 60s was about the time that he was done with school. But thank you for watching, and I hope I did this assignment correct.